The International Organizations for Migration in Kuwait held an opening ceremony of the regional training course in cooperation with the Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands entitled Journalism, Media and the Challenges of Human Trafficking Reporting. The course took place at the Mövenpick Hotel and Resort in Al-Bida'a for 2 days. Our reporter Ghonwa Jabouri was there and has this report.
Human trafficking is among the most heinous of crimes, and it occurs in nearly every country of the world. There are different tools governments use to combat this crime, but the use of media has been one of the most effective.
It's part of the human rights efforts, and the Netherlands is one of the countries which really put human rights and the protection of human rights as one of its pillars of foreign policy. So as an embassy we would like to participate, but especially here in Kuwait to cooperate with IOM in a country which has such a beautiful constitution. It's an excellent moment also to have a regional dimension in this part of human rights.
I think Canada is very much a strong supporter of tackling this kind of problem. Human trafficking affects everyone. There are people around the world who are victim, and I think we tend to think it happens to people in other places, poor people. It doesn't affect us. It's not us. But the journalists and organizations like JHR are showing the world that it's everywhere, and we all are responsible for keeping an eye out. And of course the journalists have that platform to be able to get it out there and force change and do some really great things in the world.
In light of the important role the media play in helping authorities to combat human trafficking, IOM have committed to help train journalists in Kuwait to better identify human trafficking, who can as a result help the authorities in doing their job.
We're here today to talk about human trafficking, which, as you say, is an extremely humanitarian issue. It touches the core of us all. It's a human rights violation. It's against people living, working in the region and outside of the region. What we see with human trafficking is an extremely complex phenomenon, which really requires a collective effort to combat it correctly. And the media professionals, activists working with the media are critical to ensure that we actually keep awareness on this issue so that we can collectively combat this phenomenon.
So we are gathering today to conduct one of the most important of the recommendation. For one of the most important recommendation we had for the first of its kind in the MENA region's Arab Symposium on the role of media in combating human trafficking, which was held last January in 2014 in the UN House in Kuwait. Because IOM in Kuwait would like always to have a strategy in their implementing in their projects, we follow up with our recommendations, and comes the idea of actually qualifying the journalists and media, social media, TV, newspaper, on how to detect the victims of trafficking and how to write the reports about that victim in a humanitarian base. It's not like a story or it's a news to put it, and because sometimes you will see in the news there is some of the news shows the victims as a criminal, and this is what actually our gathering today to enhance and build the capacity of the media journalists on how to detect, write the report and help the authorities to support and provide all the needed support for the victims.
Some of the subjects that were tackled during the course included introduction to the definition and concept of human trafficking, proper usage of various media, print, audio, video and social human rights reporting on human interest stories, and the strategic role of the media in assisting international organizations.
Identifying and reporting on human trafficking by the media is crucial, as it can help the authorities to combat such crimes. From the Mövenpick Hotel, Al-Bida'a, I'm Ghonwa Jabouri reporting to you for the English News.